Here we go again.
Welcome back to Donuts in Space and part 16 of the USS Voyager build. We're coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to an end. Well, not us as a species, but as in this build. I've got all of the secondary colours down, which is fantastic. I think the two top sensors were done on the last update. We've now got all of the sensors done down both sides, and then we've also got the yellow bits on the nacelles as well. People keep on telling me what the yellow bits are, but as soon as they tell me, I keep forgetting. I don't know why, I just cannot remember the name of them for the life of me. I think if I was to actually write a Starfleet technical engineering manual for starships, I would just refer to them in the technical manual as yellow bits. Yeah, because I can't remember. But yeah, so anyway, all the secondary colours are down. The only things that left to do really now is just to reattach the photon torpedo launchers for the rear. They will only take a matter of minutes to set up, actually, to be fair, because the liquid crystal glue, that does actually tend to dry quite quickly, so that's good. So I'll be able to do that, and then I'll be able to get the gloss coat on it this evening for all of the detail work that needs to be done, because at the end of the day I need to avoid silvering on the decals, which unfortunately I didn't put a good enough gloss coat on the last ship, so the decals did actually start to silver after a while, which was a shame. It kind of spoiled it, and plus the fact you could actually still see them as well. So I think this time around, once I've initially got the decals bedded down with the decal solution, I will then go on to the microsol setting solution, which is a bit harsher, and that normally does tend to thin out the decals quite a bit, as we know, so it kind of helps to turn the decals into, or it makes it look as though they've been painted on, basically. So that's what I'll do, and then once they've done, then I can just give it another clear coat, do the windows last. All the windows that are blank, I just need to paint those in black, to be fair, and then that's those done. And then once it's had its final clear coat, I can then think about slapping it on its stand with the little runabouts and whatnot. Oh yeah, that's the thing I forgot. Where are they? Because I've got I've got the other two built, actually. I'm ready to go on the stand as well. So we've got there the Type 8 shuttlecraft. You most probably not see that because it is quite small, and I doubt really, to be fair, you're going to see the decals on that either. But yeah, that's done. And then we've got the Type 9 that's done as well. And again, I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see the decals on that because they are quite tiny. Yeah, so all I need to do with those now really is just remove the masking tape from the warp nacelles, so I can get those painted, and also the Buzzard Scopes. Put some crystal clear in the openings for the windows, and then they'll be done. They'll be complete, and they'll be able to go on the stand with the Delta Flyer and the Aero Shuttle. And yeah, that's going to look quite good, actually. I'm going to be quite happy with that. So yeah, that's going to be about it for this particular segment, guys. I'm just going to carry on, get a few bits and pieces that I need to do done, and then as soon as I've got some of the decal work done, I'll come back to you so we can take a look at how that's doing. So for me, it's going to be many tedious, laborious hours of of decaling. But for you, it's just going to be less than a second. Okay, so it's been, I think, about 2 weeks, possibly 3 weeks since I've completed an update on this ship. I did have an upsy-daisy with the decals. It's just one of those other ways that Voyager finds to kick my arse, to be fair. This kit, I swear to God, this kit just does not like me. Every single time I've tried to build this kit, something has always gone wrong with it. I've never had these levels of problems with any other kit at all. I mean, I know plastic can't be evil, but I damn well think it is, because it just hates me. Yeah, I had a problem with the decals. I don't know how it happened, but basically a whole bottle of micro set decal solution just fell over every single decal on this sheet and ruined them. I couldn't put them on the model. So I had to wait. Luckily enough, Elliot, who's on HLI and also has his own YouTube channel called Trek Model Works, luckily enough had a spare set of Voyager decals, which he very kindly sent to me. I think it took, well, with Royal Mail strikes and everything, I think it took about a week and a half to get to me. But yeah, got the decals. We've got them all on. Now they're all looking good. We've used a combination of the micro set and the micro sole on the decals as well. The decal set that Elliot sent me was one of the older sets. The newer ones were actually done on blue backing paper, whereas the older ones were on a kind of off-white-ish colour. And I remember from the previous time that I built this kit, I had those decals as well on that particular paper, on the white paper, and I had difficulties in getting the decals to lay down on the ship the last time properly. So I used a combination of micro set on every single decal to make sure that they did settle down into place and stay there. And then on the more important decals, I went around with a micro sole, which basically softens the decal and makes it conform to all of the curves and compounds and panel lines, etc. Especially with, you know, these the registry decals that go span the whole ship basically. You've got a series of curves there that the decal's got to follow, plus the fact you've got panel lines that protrude that the decal's got to go over, and then you've got panel gaps where the decal's got to sink into. So it causes for a whole heap of trouble if you don't use microsole. Also, yeah, the microsole on those, or the equivalent, mainly because the decal will not settle down into those gaps and crevices and over protrusions. Oh, that was easy to say. So yeah, you're just best off using the microsole on those and getting them to do what they're meant to do. But apart from that, it's not too bad. Another point in case of Voyager kicking my ass, one of the photon torpedoes come off. I don't know when that came off, so I therefore have no idea where it is. I've looked everywhere for it within the model room, and I can't find it anywhere at all. Now, maybe me, I cannot leave it like that. I'm going to have to buy a new set of photo etch for it, paint it, and then whack it on, which will also give me the chance as well to replace the bit of photo etch at the front that come off that I can't find somewhere, you know, from earlier on in the series. I know it feels like an incredible waste of time, or money should I say really, in buying a new photo etch set just to replace two parts, but I can't leave it like that, especially with a photon torpedo. It just looks glaringly obvious that it's missing. So this kit will be finished and put on the shelf before that part comes in. but that's just the way the cookie crumbles on this one. Voyager is inherently evil, and it hates me, and it always causes problems every single time I try to build this kit. It just kicks my ass left, right and centre. I don't know why, to be honest, but it just does. I mean, it's not a hard kit to build. The modifications that I've been doing to the kit aren't hard, but every single time I build this kit, it always finds new ways to kick my ass all over the building, and it does. I think the biggest one was when it severed the digital nerves and the tendons in my index finger. So yeah, it's a love-hate relationship. I love Voyager. It's one of my favourite Star Trek ships, but this particular kit hates me. It always has done for some reason. I don't know why. But there you go, enough ranting on about that particular bit. So what I now need to do is put a couple of coats of clear on this. Once I've done that, I just then need to do the windows, the blanked out windows. And then once they're done, I can start removing all the masking tape, and I can get that onto the base. And talking of the base, I'll just give you a quick look of what that's looking like at the moment. It's up the top, out of harm's way, so I can't do anything with it, but that's kind of what it's looking like. As you can see there, we've got the Delta Flyer, we've got the Aero Shuttle, the Delta Flyer, the Type 8 and the Type 9 shuttle. They're all in there glued down. I've checked those, they're working. We got a little bit of dust on here as well. That's because this was done whilst I was waiting for the decals to come in, so it's unfortunately going to get a bit of dust on it, but I can clean that bit up. I just need to re-put the on-off switch in there as well, but that will all be done once Voyager's into the base. So that's not looking too bad, actually. Quite happy with that. And you can actually still see all the wood grain through the paint, which is kind of cool. I was thinking to myself, really, to be fair, do I cover that up or do I not? Do I put some putty over the top of that and cover up the grain so it's all nice and smooth, or do I leave it? But I'm glad I left it, actually, because I like the way that it kind of shines. It keeps that organic look to it, to be fair, which I like. So yeah, that's that. That's that looking good. So yeah, I'm just going to get this done, and as soon as I've got both clear coats on it, I'll come back to you so you can have a little look at how it looks. Well, we've finally now got the Voyager finished, and unfortunately it is not good news at all, I'm afraid to say. One of the nacelles, well, this nacelle is not working. Don't know why, couldn't say. It was working the last time I checked it before I started painting, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with it, and it was working perfectly well. But now the whole nacelle, including the impulse engine's completely dead. There's not really a lot I can do about that either, to be fair, because the only way that I can actually get into those wires is to basically rip the whole ship apart. Mainly because although this section, the fan tower, does come out of the ship, the wires will not be long enough for me to be able to remove it completely, to be able to go in there and find out what's going on. Plus the fact we've also got the shuttle bay in that area, which will actually stop the fan tail from actually coming out. So the only way that I could actually possibly do that is to remove the dorsal spine area, remove the saucer section, which would then allow me to remove the shell bay, which would then allow me to remove the fan tail to sort the wiring out. And if I was to do all of that work, then to be honest with you, the kit would be basically ruined at the end of the day to do that. So it's just really, to be fair, it's not worth doing it. I just have to put up with it as is, I'm afraid to say. It's a shame because this build was going really, really well, and then that happens. You know, as I've alluded to a number of times, for some reason, I don't know why, but the Voyager kit just tends to kick my ass all over the place. And well, aside from the first one that I tried to build, where I severed all the nerves in my finger, I think this is the worst issues that I've actually had with building a Voyager kit. So I can really say that this is going to be the last Voyager that I build. I've really kind of given up on them, actually, to be fair. I mean, it was actually shaping up to be a really good kit. You know, a really good build, actually, because, you know, we got the internal rooms, different photo etch on it as well, which actually helps a great deal with this kit. All the 3D printed parts that we've got for it, and all of the sort of aero shuttles, etc., etc., that we've done for this kit, and that happens. So yeah, major disappointment for me, to be honest. So yeah, this is just going to basically sit on a shelf now, and that's about it. But what I'll do is I will take you off of the stand so we can take a quick look at what looks good on the ship. So I'm going to have to end it here because I'm going to need to unscrew the camera from the mount, so we can go into vomit comet mode. So I will be right back with you. Okay, so as you can see there, we've got the shuttlecraft and the Delta Flyer and also the Aero Shuttle on the stand as well, and I think they actually do look quite good there like that, to be fair. And the actual kit itself doesn't look too bad either. Everything looks alright with it when you look at it. And then if we go underneath and take a little goosey gander at the bottom of the ship, you can see there you've got the deflector array and everything in there. And then if we can just turn the ship around a little bit, we can see we've got the shuttle bay open. You can't really see the shuttlecraft in there at the moment. It's quite dark in there when the lights aren't on. And then if you look around this side, it looks really good as well. Apart from the fact that the bloody nacelle don't work. So if we just turn the power on, so there we go. So hopefully you can see the, I'll turn this light off actually, hopefully we might be able to get a better look. You can see there you've got some nice blue glow coming from those little shuttle there, and the Delta Flyer and the aero ring. That's what the nacelles look like. Worked really hard actually on the lighting on this kit. That's what's killing me the most, I think, is the fact that we worked really hard on this lighting and it's just not working on the other side, which is a shame. And then if we just kind of go in there, you can just about see some of the rooms in there as well. You know, so it does look really good. I like it. You know, I'm actually, well, kind of happy. It's just the point of fact that that's not working anymore, which makes me rather sad. So yeah, that's what that looks like. And then if we go up underneath, you've then got the deflector array lit up, and again we worked really hard on the lighting there to get that to the point where it doesn't blow out the camera lens. It just looks muted, and that's all the lights up underneath there. So yeah, and then if we turn it around, You can actually see inside the shuttle bay there. And then you got the shuttle, the little shuttles in there with their lights on and everything. So that looks pretty cool. And then if we come down here again, you can see the little shuttlecraft there. So yeah, let's turn that around. And as you can see there, that nacelle is just completely dead. I mean, that's the way that the model should actually be sitting on the stand, like that, so the shuttle there are covered by the ship. But now, unfortunately, it's sitting the other way around. So yeah, majorly disappointed with this, actually, to be fair. You know, all that hard work that we've put into this kit, and that actually happens. And as I say, there's nothing I can do about it unless I actually destroy the kit trying to fix it, which, to be fair, isn't really worth doing. Because if you destroy the kit, then you've only then got to build another one. And as I say, this is going to be the last Voyager I build, to be fair. Yeah, everyone's every single Voyager that I built has kicked my ass in some way or another, and this one is the worst one of the lot. So there we go, boys and girls, mums and dads, brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles. That is going to be about it for the Voyager. So I will catch up with you in the next Kazon fighter build up. I think it's part 7, I think, somewhere around there. But there you go. Talk to you later, guys. Take care.